Okay, we're back. So, what I realized is I'm pretty sure this is a data issue. So, let's get to the story section of the application and let's pull up this file. All right. Okay. Well, yeah. No, this makes total sense that there is no there is no actual story elements here, right? So if we pull up this guy here, we'll have, we'll have at least one object. Well, now I don't know how else to fix this other than just put something in the background and ensure anything without any elements needs to be just removed. So if I drop this in the elements section, at least it'll have one element. And let's start it up. All right. Next to beginning, setting, boom. All right. So as long as we have one element in the list, it'll work just fine. And I don't even know what happened that caused it to get deleted, actually. So that'll be something to look into. But just a little bit about how this story system works. And man, I really do want to get this ready to go to move from one game to another, right? And as I expand it or whatever, I really just make it a DLL so that whenever it's time to move it, you just literally drag and drop the DLL and then there it is, right? So I might want to set a new sprite for this one because the setting should probably be, I don't know, front lobby. Let's see, it's a background element, so you can't do anything with that. Let's just save that change. Now if we go to the setting, all right, lobby, lav next front desk. Okay, so it's saved already. Everything's good to go. So it didn't ultimately break anything about this file, so that's good. So I got to figure out how that happened, though, where everything was deleted out. That doesn't actually make sense. Now, when you create a new scene, of course, there's nothing in it. So let's see. The test. Let's say the test, right? And so notice if you don't have anything here, it's not gonna just create a new nothing, right? But here it is. There it is. So as soon as it creates a new, yeah, actually that makes sense. It's expecting something to be there. I think what I need to do is, yeah, I definitely need to go ahead and make it so when I create a new scene, it also puts at least one element inside of there. I think that'll be something I make sure it happens. This tiny little background. Wow. Okay, I gotta fix those. Let's see any more. Okay, cool. And right now I have them all intermingled. Maybe one day I'll have like a tab system where it shows, hey, this is backgrounds for this, So I have a video, Doors video, where I'm going to go through explaining the concept of learning a new concept. Like if you're learning something new, like software development or anything like that, right? Or you know what? Actually, let's just for the sake of, so here's the original visual for Professor Sterling, Mr. Sterling back then. All right. But anyway, let's imagine we're visualizing the concept, or we're visualizing the idea of learning a new concept, right? And let's imagine that learning a new concept is like entering a hallway of doors, right? And here's this young guy. This is the original visual for young Jaxon. All right, Jaxon Leader is his name in the game. So if young Jaxon needs to learn a new concept, let's say back when I was starting to learn programming, it just felt like a hallway of doors. And I go to the first door, and once I open that door, that's a new concept in software development that I learned. That was great, right? And so that door is open. Now I go to the next one and I learn a new concept. So I just learned about variables over here. And then over here I learned about loops and code flow or whatever is next. And so I learned another one, and I learned another one and another concept, right? And it's supposed to just, kind of go next. Now, of course, I can just put a next button so that I don't have to keep doing this drop down thing, but it's fine for the sake of the concept. But yeah, so I'm going down the road of learning new concepts and another concept. And the thing is, as you continue, some doors are harder. Some doors require a key. Some doors require pushing as hard as you can. And some doors just feel like they're almost impossible. But there's always like one concept. For me, when I was learning programming, it was delegates and events. Delegates and events were one of the hardest concepts for me to really understand why I needed them or any of that good stuff. But now, they're everywhere. Delegates and events are actually the way that the slots in Ultimate Monetizing Simulator even understand that something is changed, right? So we subscribe to the on-goal change, and that checks the eligibility of whether or not this slot can actually be used at all, right? And so we have this current purchase amount, so we check the amount that's about to be purchased and the price of the ingredient, right? And if those are multiplied, so if you have 1 times 10 cents, then it just costs 10 cents or $1 gold star in this game, right? But if you have and you compare that relative to how much gold you have, right? So you have current gold, that's currency manager instance gold star amount. That's how much we have over there. And if this amount, so the amount that you're about to try and purchase, is less than the amount of gold that you left in or equal to the amount of gold you have, and current gold isn't 0, because sometimes when you hit the max button, right? So let's go over there. So when I hit the max button, let's get this started again. And of course, the only reason that this is taking so long is because I'm recording as well as have a music application playing in the background, right? Anyway, so let's say I grab some vanilla extract, right? And now it notices that 10 of these is going to be $830, and I only have 279. Now, if I hit max, right, and I go ahead and grab that, now I only have 30. Okay, well, everyone down here knows that I cost more than 30 stars, so yeah, you can't get me. So I'm clicking here, and they're not doing anything, right? But these, I can grab these. Now, all I have is 6. This one costs 7. Hey, can't get me. All right, so let's hit max there, and there we go. Now, notice I have 0 stars left, right? And max is 0, right? I can't buy any of these. And so it's like, all right, well, that's why that one. And if current goal is greater than 0, right? Because sometimes, like this check here, if current purchase amount, which is 0 right now, because I can't buy any, is less than or equal to, and technically I can't buy any, and I have 0 gold, so it's equal to. But I also need to check if it's greater than 0, because you can't purchase any, but you can purchase some because it was equal to 0. All right, now I'm rambling. So anyway, all right, so there we have it. That's what that was. I don't even know how I got off on that tangent, though, if I'm being honest with you. So now I need to figure out where I was headed. Oh, I was over here. But anyway, so back to this. All right, so what you find, though, once you finally open this door, though, this big concept, this thing that took you forever to learn, what you find, now I'm in here, and it's a whole door, a whole hall of doors, bigger than the one you just learned,